Good day, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. As you know, the economic downturn has led to a widespread unemployment and financial distress. Our company wants to assist those affected, and we have been tasked with creating a comprehensive plan to address this issue. Let's discuss each aspect of the initiative, starting with the objectives, duration, and venue of the event. Ms. Fardiana, could you lead this part?
Sure thing, KASIH. Let's start by outlining the objective of our initiative. The general objective in addressing this issue is to offer support, knowledge, and connection to help those in need to face the economic downturn. People might need support in terms of education, connection, or donations, especially in things that will help them in managing their finances. By helping them, it may as well help to play a role in reforming the economy. To be more specific, our company aims to provide immediate support to the people by offering resources for job hunting and create networking opportunities to connect job seekers with potential employers. At the same time, we also aim to give out charities or donations, if it is possible, for the purpose to ease the financial burden during this time. We are also allowed to contact any non-profit organization to join us to distribute any help that we can give to the people. Our target audience for this event is designed for individuals, families who have been impacted by the economic downturn, especially those who are unemployed, underemployed, or experiencing a financial strain.
That's correct. Economic downturn always affect the financial problem. Making it worse is that some people has to be kicked out of the company since the company itself also had problems in sustaining their businesses. So the rate of unemployment also significantly increased since the recession.
Agreed. Ms. Fardiana, since our company is going for a big event, do you have any place in mind that is suitable in executing such an event?
Yes, Ms. IWANI. Since this is going to be a big event, I have been surveyed in some areas, including our building, to find the best spot to carry out the event. Thus, I believe our main hall is a great place to execute the event since the place is quite spacious to set up booths. Any outcome of the agreed event from this meeting will not affect the placement of the event because, according to my observation, our main hall is a very spacious hall that can execute any type of event, such as a press conference, an exhibitions, or booth event. Talking about setup booth, the main hall is a central location that makes it convenient for attendees to locate their targeted booth.
Great suggestion, Ms. Fardiana. The main hall also comes equipped with amenities like air conditioning, which can create a comfortable environment for both exhibitors and attendees, especially in these months of hot and humid climates. So comfortable surroundings can enhance the overall experience and encourage people to spend more time at the booth.
Exactly, Ms. KASIH. Lastly, I would like to suggest that the event to be executed during the weekend. My reason is because weekends provide an opportunity for people to attend events with their family and friends, enhancing the social aspect of the experience. Besides, the weekend is a flexible time for most people since they are not occupied with their typical weekdays activities, especially their work commitment.
Yes, I do think the weekend is a great idea, Miss Fardiana. People would usually have the time off during the weekend, making it ideal to ensure that we can put a number of crowds and even other interested parties that would like to join in hands in aiding those concerned. So since our main hall building is big enough, people can move around freely without feeling cramped during the event, hence reducing the crowd. And moreover, given that our company has the basic shame in handling this sort of event, then I believe that this will work. What do y'all think?
I think that sounds like a solid plan, and I also agreed with Miss Fardiana's plan. For the activities, since the economy is worsening, we know that people are having difficulties buying food supplies for their families. So we need a variety of engaging and supporting activities. So basically, I have done some research there, and there are several ideas that I think our company can execute. So, firstly, I suggest that we hold a volunteer day. It is involved in community service projects such as a food bank support, where we can help to distribute foods to those who in need. So, we can also partner with local food banks and retailers to distribute the foods, toiletries, and other essential supplies. By doing this, we can make a positive impact on our community while also fostering the sense of teamwork among our staff. And secondly, I think we can also introduce a financial counseling session by offering one-to-one session with a financial expert. I think we can help the attendees to manage their finance better, create effective budgets, and also understand the various options available for them to deal with the issues of debt. And thirdly, another idea that I would like to bring to the table is the concept of hosting a job fair. We could partner with local employers and also recruitment agencies to gather job opportunities under one roof. So, setting up booth where companies can conduct on-the-spot interviews could also streamline the hiring process and provide immediate opportunities for our attendees. And last but not least, I think we should also consider organizing a workshop on skill development. These workshops can cover various topics such as resume writing, interview skills, and even new skills that are in demand in our current job market. So, by doing this, we can equip attendees with the tools that they need to succeed in their future job search.
Those are excellent ideas. I really like your idea on financial counseling as it will really help those who are unemployed to manage their remaining money to make wise spending during those times despite not having a monthly salary. But I think we should also consider including any interest debt counseling organization to provide suggestion to those dealing with issues such as debt or eviction.
I agree too with Miss Iman's idea. I think the idea of having a job fair is really good. This would be a great opportunity for the people who are unemployed to find their job here. Besides, this would make it easier for them to understand the scope of the job they are applying for.
Thank you so much, Miss Iwani and Miss Fardiana. What about the itinerary? Miss Asha, I'm curious about your thoughts on constructing this itinerary. Do you have any specific idea in mind?
Yes, Miss Iman, sure. So I had met a few options of the itinerary for the event since we are yet to finalize with the fixed planning. So in order to ensure that we are able to get all the equipment such as the table, chairs, speaker, and all those things that are needed for the event, we will have to submit the complete list of the equipment needed to the logistic team at least a week before the day of the event so that we can opt for any other available alternative if there is any unavailability of equipment on the set list. Yeah.
That's a very good approach. Ensuring that we have everything ready beforehand is very crucial.
That's right, Miss Iman. Alright, so the one that I will be presenting is the most probable of our choice based on our previous event. So we will start in the morning where all the representatives will have to be there at 8 a.m. and the booths will have to be ready at a day before or perhaps 7:30 a.m. on that day if there are any changes. So we at 9 a.m. Until 9:15 a.m. There will be a welcoming and opening remarks where the host will make an introduction and the overview of the agendas. And 9:15 until 10:30, there will be keynote address on overcoming the unemployment. And this will I think this will have to be confirmed as we are yet to find the suitable organization for the talk. And then at 10:30 until 11:30 a.m., there will be financial counseling session. And also at around 11 a.m., we can also start with a one-on-one counseling breakout sessions, depending on the most common concerns. And then at 11:30 until 1 p.m., there will be a job fair. So attendees can start moving around to any available company booth, and that will be it. And then there will be a lunch hour break, which is 1 hour from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. So after the lunch break at 2 a.m. until 3:30, there will be another talk session, that is the panel discussion on unemployment trends and opportunities. And lastly, at 3:30 until 5 p.m. is the community and donation drive. This is when the attendees who are short on their necessities due to the unemployment can acquire some of the essentials such as food and toiletries. So another alternative is that I think we can also conduct it as a 2-day event without any taking turn of the parties concerned, so that people can attend to the same booth in the span of 2 days. And it would also give some opportunities to those who miss out on the first day to come on the second day. And yeah, I do think about the possibility of a lesser crowd on the second day. However, if we can effectively promote the event, then it will be as festive as the first day. But yeah, lastly from me is that the alternative is subject to any changes depending on the finalized decision of our discussion today. So also it depends on any contingency on any part of our preparation, or even on the day of the event. So I will share the finalized document later so that it can keep everyone on task. Oh, and please let me know about the confirmation of any interested party that would like to join the event so that I can amend the tentative accordingly.
That sounds very comprehensive. But Miss Asha, I believe that we can attract a large crowd even on the second day, since no other organization has conducted such an event recently. So now, Miss Iwani, what are your thoughts on the budget and funding?
All right. Thank you, Ms. Kasih. So speaking about the budget that we need for this event, we must first know about all the expenses that we are going to expend. So we need clear details on the venue, the numbers of participants, and activities that we plan to do. Since Ms. Fardiana has suggested that the most suitable venue for our event is at our main hall, I think that is a very great suggestion, as we could save up some money that would be allocated for rental of the venue. This is because, if I'm not mistaken, the rental price of the main hall for any program or event held by our own company would be discounted up to 40% from the original rental price, which is 10,000 ringgit Malaysia. If we were fixed to hold our event at the main hall, then this would be the best option, since it would cost less money compared to pay for a rental venue elsewhere, as we only need to pay around 6,000 ringgit for the hall. And next, we need to confirm on the activities of the event. So since Ms. Iman had proposed that we shall hold a volunteer day, I strongly agree with this idea, as this actually would help us to reduce our own expenses by having a sponsorship. So as proposed by Ms. Iman earlier, on the idea of partnering with the local banks and retailers to distribute food and other essentials, I think we can make a proposal asking for sponsorship from any companies or any individuals that have high potential of sponsoring us, whether in terms of items or money. And I also view that this idea of having of a volunteer day would have a lot of positive impact, and we should benefit from it by approaching any companies that may be interested in becoming our strategic partners. So by doing so, we may split the expenses with those companies who become our strategic partner for our event. So this could help us to reduce the expenses, but still help us to give the best for our event. And as we discussed earlier, we could also introduce a financial counseling session as our activities of the event. So if we want to proceed with this idea, then we need to confirm on who we want to be the speaker or the person who would handle the counseling session, as this would be very important for us to allocate budget that we might pay for such individual. And I suggest that we go for someone who has a lot of knowledge regarding this matter, and we can actually ask the financial department of our company to send few experts from their department to join our activities. So if we agree on this idea, then I may have to reconfirm again regarding their payment. And as I am not certain regarding the money that we might spend for the activities, as we still need to consider factors of sponsorship and strategic partners, I suggest that we allocate around 10,000 ringgit Malaysia for the usage of the activities during the event. So roughly the budget that we might need is around 16,000 ringgit Malaysia, but this budget could be lower if we found a lot of sponsorship or any other alternative that would cost us less.
That sounds like a feasible idea, Iwani. I think we should start by drafting a sponsorship proposal and also reaching out to the potential sponsors. We also need to create a detailed budget plan that includes the potential sources of fundings and how we will allocate those funds.
Also, I would like to suggest that we reach out to XYZ Corporations again as one of our sponsors, because they have shown interest in community initiatives before, so it might be worth trying again.
Oh, okay, thank you for the suggestion. I'll take note of that.
Good points, Miss Iwani. To ensure the smooth running of the event, I have already come up with the proposed specific duties of our committees to ensure all areas are covered. And here is how we can structure it. Firstly, we need the Needs Assessment Committee. So their duties are to conduct surveys and research to identify the most pressing needs of the affected individuals, consisting of employees, their families, and also the community. Plus, this committee is in charge of collaborating with local agencies, NGOs, and government bodies to gather insights and resources. Secondly, we need the Financial Assistance Committee. This committee functions in developing criteria for financial aid eligibility and ensures a fair, transparent distribution process. They also need to set up an emergency relief fund to provide immediate financial support to those in dire need. Besides, they have to provide financial counseling and planning services to help affected individuals manage their resources more effectively. Next on the list, we have the Employment Support Committee. So this committee is needed in creating a job placement program to connect affected individuals with the employment opportunities within the company or through the partnerships with other businesses. And they also function to organize job fairs and networking events to facilitate connections between the job seekers and potential employers. So the Employment Support Committee also has to provide resume writing workshops, interview preparation sessions, and also career coaching. And last but not least, I also propose for the Community Outreach Committee, whose duties are to coordinate volunteers' efforts, encouraging the employees to participate more in community service activities. So they have to organize community events aimed at fostering solidarity and providing additional support to those in need. So to implement this, we will first have to establish these committees and appoint leaders. So each committee will develop actions plan with specific goals and timelines. So we will launch the initial support programs based on the priority needs, promote them effectively, and regularly monitor plus evaluate progress to make the necessary adjustments.
That is great, Miss Kasih, but I think that perhaps we should add other committees too, such as the Mental Health and Wellbeing Committee. This body may set up the mental health support services, including access to counselors, psychologists, organize workshops and seminars, which will focus on stress management, coping with strategies, and overall mental well-being. And other than that, they could also create peer support network where employees can share their experiences and support each other. And I think that this group will effectively promote work-life balance initiative and ensure that the employees have access to the recreational activities to reduce stress.
Absolutely. Because I think all these committees would be fitting the overall objective of our event and is sufficient to ensure the efficiency of our event. So these committees can start working on their respective jobs as soon as we give the finalized list to them later. It seems that we have pretty much discussed on the important part of the event. So is there anything else that we have missed out?
Actually, yes, we are yet to decide on the name of our event. So, based on our discussion, what would be the suitable name of our event? Does anyone have any suggestions?
What about Future Forward Job Fair and Financial Empowerment Event? I think it would somehow attract the interest of those affected. By including the word future forward, we basically emphasize the forward looking nature of our event, aiming to provide hope and also new opportunities for those struggling in the current economic climate. So, what do you think?
In my view, we should name it with a catchy yet strong name so that people will attract to join our event. And I think we also need to give a name that would make people understand our main ideas of handling this event. So that is why I suggested we name our program as Together We Survive.
That sounds good, Iwani. Great idea.
So thank you so much everyone for your insightful contributions today. From outlining objectives to deciding what we will do during the event, we have laid a solid foundation for our initiative. So our focus is on helping those hit hard by the economy with job fairs, financial counseling, and also community supports. So the proposed committees will handle every detail, and with our budget and sponsors, we are ready to make a big impact. So now, with names like Future Forward or Together We Survive, we are not just planning an event. However, we are also creating an opportunity for hope and resilience. So now, with names like Future Forward or Together We Survive, we are not just planning, but we are also giving people hope. So let's keep going strong, knowing we are making difference. Thank you all once again for your dedication. Together, we will overcome.